Well, hello everybody, and welcome to Luther Burbank High School. My name is John Hull. I am the media teacher and also they call me, I guess, a technology coach here at the school. And the purpose of this video and purpose for me being here to help you is to let you know all the technological tools available to you here at Burbank. And as you can see, I'm just sitting at my desk. It's a typical desk. Most of you will have the same equipment that I have. Just a couple of words on some of the things that you see here. We do have some HP computers that have about a gigabyte of RAM in them, and they also operate on Windows 7, and most of you I think might be familiar with that operating system, and we'll get more into that here in just a moment. You'll also notice that I have a HP DeskJet 4100 printer. That is the most common one here for each teacher, and if you do run short of any of the ink cartridges or anything like that, I would encourage you to go see our controller, Fanny Chung, and I would encourage you to go down there, and she has just about any cartridge for any printer that we have here on campus readily available. And a quick word on Fanny, all you have to do is go in there during your prep time or sometimes at lunch or after school and just sign out. Just ask for what you're looking for specifically, whether it is an ink cartridge or whether it's paper or pencils or pens, markers, whatever it is you need. And she has a file there. She'll show you how to check out any material or supplies that you may need here at Burbank. Okay, so that being said, I also want to remind you that everybody by law has to have a telephone in their classroom, a working telephone. And if you have any issues with your telephones, please right away get a hold of our plant manager. His name is Pablo Martin, and Pablo can get you set up as far as any issues you have with not just telephones, but lighting, chairs, desk, anything that might be an issue in your classroom. Now, before we get into the software on your teacher's PC, one thing, I brought this flat screen monitor from home. It was an old one that I had, but the thing that you'll probably have is an old CRT monitor in your classroom. Now, those have been around for many years. Some of them are beginning to lose their resolution, and some of them all of a sudden one day it may not even work for you. So any hardware issue, whether it's with your computer, your monitor, even the printer itself, if it's not working properly and not printing properly, I would highly encourage you to get a hold of our tech coach, and her name is, she's our technology director. Her name is Rhonda Torres, and Rhonda will take care of supplying you with any issue with your computer, your hardware, mice, your keyboard or printer, whatever it might be. All right, so now let's get into the software that you're going to find on your teacher computer. Okay, as you can see, this is the desktop that most of you will be working with. It's pretty well universal no matter what your PC is and where you're at. Notice over here you should see your name. If you don't, and there have been people sometimes that have called me up and saying, hey, you know what, I can't find this on my computer and I can't find that on, well, are you logged in as you? And that's always the first thing that you want to be sure. And by the way, at the end of every session, please make sure that you log out of your PC. That's more for safety than it is really about anything else. All right, so computer name, of course, with your name right here. Your login is also going to look just like this right here, with your first name, a hyphen, and your last name. And that's going to be pretty universal no matter whether you're opening up your computer to log in at the beginning of your session, or you're going to log into Infinite Campus, or you log into your Outlook 2013. This will always be your username here at Luther Burbank. As you can see, the desktop is just about everything that you're going to need available. The icons to access Publisher, Word, Excel. You'll also, of course, have Google Chrome along with Internet Explorer and Firefox available to you. The thing I'm going to advise you is, so that you have good, quick sessions in Infinite Campus, you're going to need to access Infinite Campus through either Google Chrome or Firefox. There have been issues in the past with people trying to use Internet Explorer to access Infinite Campus, and there have been problems. So Firefox or Chrome when you're going into Infinite Campus. Now, your documents. This is called your H drive, and I'll show you something here in just a second, where all of your documents, handouts, photos, even your video clips that you're trying to keep for your classroom, it is found in this documents folder. Now, I'll show you just a couple of things. Notice over here, you have what you'll see your name here. That is known as your H drive, okay? This is also accessible from home, and I'll show you a little bit later where you could find that. What we have is called a shared drive here at Luther Burbank, and with that, you'll notice that there are several folders. The one or two that you want to be familiar with is here under Teachers. If you double click here, you can actually create your own folder here, and then other teachers, other staff people can access anything you put into this folder. So that's why we call it the shared drive. Very important that you create your own folder in the shared drive. Also, the universal drive is something that allows you to share documents with other people outside of Luther Burbank, but within Sacramento City Unified. And there have been a few times I've shared with people, like at the Cerna Center, some things using the U drive. So most of the time, you're just going to be using your H drive for your documents and the shared drive primarily here on campus. So those things are important to note. And again, that's available through either the My Documents or through my computer. By the way, you'll notice I have a Dropbox account. Dropbox I really like. I would encourage each and every one of you to get it. It's free. You get a free gigabyte of storage. It allows you to do some work at home, and then you put your document that you worked on at home in your Dropbox, and then it's available, and then you just get you go to Dropbox.com and have an icon. As you can see, it's right down here. And you can click on this and open up any of the documents that you've worked on, say at home or anywhere for that matter. So that is, again, what's known as Dropbox.com. And it's the same thing with a Google Drive account. Google Drive is also something I would advise you to have, so that way you're exchanging information, data from not just here at Burbank, but at home or anywhere else you might be. All right, so quickly, let's go to Outlook Express. Here's PowerPoint, as you can see right here. Outlook Express, let's double click on this. And actually it's Outlook. I say Outlook Express because that's what some of us have at home. And right away, it should come up with your name and your email address. And everybody is the same format. First name hyphen last name at scusd.edu. You'll notice that you have an inbox. Anything that's new is going to be in a highlighted similar to this. And you'll also note that what I have done over here on the left side is I've created some sub boxes, which are something you could do. For example, I'm part of the Journalism Educators Association, and what I do is anything that comes from JEA is immediately transferred into this box here. And I'm also an ROP teacher, career technical education teacher, and anything that comes from either Joe Stymist, our CTE director here at Sacramento City Unified, or anybody like that, it immediately goes right here. But the reason that you'll notice it has my name here under journalism is this is where I direct any of my emails that I'm forwarding to myself from my home account. And this all comes in right here. Very simple, by the way, to use. Most of you might be familiar with Outlook or Outlook Express. Just click up here on New Emails, and if you're emailing somebody, let's email Mr. Peterson. There it is right away, J, and that gives me all the J's that I recently have emailed, and just hit enter. Put a subject line like this, type your text here, and then of course click send, and it's gone. Here's your carbon copy line. Very simple. Now, if you don't know somebody's email address, okay, if you can go here to the address book, and there are several groups put together in the address book. Now, one thing that we have done in Sacramento City Unified is given a number to each school or each location in the school district. And as you can see, the number 530 will bring up Luther Burbank groups in Outlook. If you just want to email the administrative staff, you do so right here. Here is the English department. Here are the counselors. Here's the entire faculty. Here's the entire staff. So if you wanted to email the entire staff, click 2, click OK, and there you go. Now, and notice it has 149 recipients. It tells you right up here. So that's pretty much how you can find group email accounts. I would encourage you to explore that on your own. If, for example, I'm part of Visual and Performing Arts, and there it is, VIS, and finds Visual and Performing Arts. And so all the teachers that are part of that small learning community, I can, of course, send them one group email very quickly. Attaching a file, of course, is right here. Very simple to do when you want to attach a document, and then, of course, you go into your documents and find whatever it is you want to email everybody, and it will list all of those documents here. Click Insert, and it will be attached to the email. All right, so that is Outlook. One more thing before I leave Outlook is this feature right here. Every one of us get what we call the Daily Digest, and it is the spam that has been sent to me. And if you notice, Monday, August 17th, there were 13 entries. I will save you the look at what these are, because most of them are true spam, profane, gross, some of them. And so generally, you might want to take a quick look at it. Don't be totally surprised what some of them are, the contents of, but it's part of my daily routine. I just delete the thing, okay? All right, so if you have any questions, again, in setting up these sub inboxes or anything about Outlook, you can get a hold of me, and I'd be happy to help you out. Or any questions you may have about the use of technology here at Luther Burbank.